Welcome to Community Mindfulness Project's Mindfulness Care for the Resilient Caregiver. My name is Erika Long. I'm one of the founders of Community Mindfulness Project. For lots of meditation resources, you can check out communitymindfulnessproject.org, where you'll find guided meditations, book recommendations, and many other tools to support you. This series is being offered with the support of Grace Farms Foundation, who seeks to advance good in the world. For more information on their work, visit gracefarms.org. It's such a privilege to offer this session to all of you who dedicate your days to safeguarding and improving the well-being of others. We want to thank you for the vital work that you do. In this session, we'll explore a visualization-based meditation that allows us to tap into our inner strength and stillness. Jon Kabat-Zinn was one of the first Americans to bring meditation to the United States in the 1970s. He established the longest-running, most studied, evidence-based mindfulness program at the University of Massachusetts Medical Center. This program became known as mindfulness-based stress reduction. The meditation that we'll do was designed by Jon Kabat-Zinn and is really good for sensing into our innate ability to withstand all that life throws at us by tapping into our reservoir of inner strength and stillness. Jon Kabat-Zinn's books, Full Catastrophe Living and Wherever You Go, There You Are great resources for anyone interested in meditation. So instead of talking more about this practice, let's do it together, and then we'll talk a little bit about it afterwards. So this is a great meditation to do laying down if this is an option for you right now. So we can begin by paying attention to the actual sensations of contact and support as you lay down or sit down. Noticing where your body is making contact, how your weight is distributed, actually sensing into your body, feeling your feet, your legs, your hips, your lower and upper body, your arms, your shoulders, and your head. And when you're ready, bringing awareness to your breath, feeling each breath as you inhale and you exhale, and noticing the sensations associated with breathing. And we're just letting the breath flow at its own natural pace, whatever that may be. Not trying to change it or regulate it at all. Knowing that you're breathing perfectly well right now, and there's nothing else for you to do. Allowing for a sense of being complete and whole in this moment. Just letting your breath be your breath. So as you rest here, you can bring to mind the image of a lake. It may be one you've seen before or one you imagine your ideal lake. And you can notice that this lake is held in a basin by the earth. You can notice that water likes to pool in low places, seeking its own level. It likes to be contained and held. So allowing this image to form in your mind's eye in great detail. So you can picture this lake on a windless day, noticing that the surface is flat, like a mirror. And when that's the case, it reflects everything around it. And then we can picture this lake when there's a gust of wind and the waves get stirred up, the surface becomes choppy, and the reflections distort or disappear altogether. You may see sunlight sparkling in the waves on the surface of the lake. And at night, the moon is reflected on the calm surface of the lake. Or the moon sparkles if the surface of the lake is broken up by the wind. In wintertime, the lake may freeze over on the surface, but still be teeming with life and movement below. So as you rest here, breathing, envisioning this lake, allowing yourself, when you feel ready, to feel like the lake. Breathing as the lake and allowing your mind and your heart to be open and receptive to reflect whatever comes near, or to be clear all the way to the bottom of the lake. And as you're laying here, there may be moments of complete stillness when both reflection and the water are completely clear. And in other moments, the surface may be a bit disturbed or choppy. The reflections may be scattered or shattered in that moment. So bringing attention to the various energies of your mind and your heart, the thoughts and feelings that come and go, the impulses and the reactions, experiencing them as ripples and waves, noticing their effects on the surface of your lake. As thoughts and feelings arise, do they disturb the surface and the clarity of the mind's lake? And is that okay with you? Is that part of being a lake? And is it possible to identify not only with the surface of the lake, but with the entire body of water, so that you become the stillness below the surface? The depths which experience only gentle undulations, even when the surface is choppy and ragged. Contemplating as possibility that during your meditation practice and out in your engaged daily life, in those times, can you be in touch not only with the changing content and intensity of your thoughts and feelings, but also with the vast, unwavering reservoir of awareness and stillness residing below the surface of the mind. So, resting here in stillness in this moment, we can be the lake, affirming our ability to hold in awareness and acceptance all of our qualities of mind and body, just as the lake is held by the earth, reflecting whatever's around it, moved by the air and the wind, which help to bring out its vitality and its potential moment by moment. And if the mind wanders, smiling and coming back to the sense of being the lake. Beginning to invite movement back into the body, still maybe with that sense of exploration and curiosity, and maybe even a sense of play. Paying close attention to what it feels like to move parts of the body. And opening the eyes when you're ready if they've been closed. So just to revisit what equanimity is, as this is at its core an equanimity practice. Equanimity is not grasping or pushing away of what comes up in life. It's the recognition that in this moment, this is. What has arisen is a fact. Whatever is happening is not happening to me, it's just happening. And whatever is happening is not happening because of me, it's happening. So equanimity is a neutral observation of what arises and what our reactions are to what arises. It's a way of caring deeply and responding wisely. It's the ability to bear witness to our lived experience, to process it, to keep its components in the right perspective, and to respond out of wisdom rather than reacting out of emotion or habit. At its core, it's emotional regulation, and sometimes we can call it grace or poise. And the reason that we do a practice like this is to allow us to feel a deep sense of strength and calm and wholeness, to allow us to feel supported and held like the lake is. And all of this allows us to respond rather than react. And it allows us to trust that this too shall pass. So during the day, when we feel ourselves getting knocked about by life or by events or by human interactions, We can pause for a moment and remember that the surface of the lake may be choppy from time to time, but deep inside there's stillness and grace. And we can take a few conscious breaths, envisioning the stillness at the bottom of our lake, and envision resting in that. And then we can carry some of that grace out with us into the rest of our day. So wishing you well and thanking you for the noble work that you do. We hope that this has served somehow. Please feel free to reach out with questions or comments to welcome@communitymindfulnessproject.org. And until the next installment, take good care of yourself.